Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Here's a short video with spoilers. Hope you enjoy. Hit the like. Previously on Big Brother, St. Joseph was sent packing to the jury house to spend his summer with his two favorites, Indy and Jasmine, poor guy, and he had an interview with Julie Chen where everyone cheered really loud for him after he was backstabbed by this new alliance called the Afterthoughts that formed during Dire Fest when Kyle sold all of the leftovers out. So Taylor had to come to the realization in the house that her buddy, her guy, her jailer, foeman, showmance was gone. We saw her hug Terence tightly, and you could see the pain in her face as she was hugging the man that got rid of her favorite person in the house, the only one she could really trust.
I'm gonna have to deal with the consequences of over here and explain what happened. Dude, it sucks.
The pre-ejaculation station Kyle entered the house worried that he would be sold out, and everyone would find out that he is a Judas. But have no fear for Kyle because his buddy Turner won. At first, Turner was like, hey, maybe I'll go back to the leftovers and I'm going to target Alyssa and Terence. And then the pre-ejaculation station came up and jizzed all over his plans. And he said, no, we have to stay afterthought strong. You need to backdoor Michael. And Turner was like, I don't know. I don't know if that's facts or fire. And Kyle was like, it's definitely facts. It's definitely fire. We have to go after them now. Michael's won too much, and I need my wiener touched. They roped in Monty with some truths and mostly lies about what happened in the backyard. Monty, not quite knowing what to do and wanting to still be safe, went with it, but do we really think he's with it or not with it? We're not really sure yet. I guess we won't know until we see those DRs, because Monty seems to be wanting to be good with both sides for his own safety. I was hoping they would come back in the house and Monty would be out for blood, but as it seems so far, he's playing nice, maybe because he doesn't have a lot of choices right now in the house, or maybe because he really doesn't care if they backdoor Michael or send someone else from the leftovers home. Once the pre-ejaculation station Kyle and Turner Burner found out how chill Monty was, they decided to rope him into the Afterthoughts, but not really tell him he was in the Afterthoughts, but tell them that they were now aligned with Alyssa and Terence, and that they wanted him to be cool with them too. So he probably wanted to talk to them because they didn't really like him, and he didn't really like them. And technically, Monty would have been their targets had they won HOH, but they needed them all to play nice now so that they could backdoor Michael. We had a long period of time before the nomination ceremony where Turner basically promised everyone in the house safety, but when the nomination ceremony actually happened, he nominated two leftovers, Brittany and Taylor, with the plan to backdoor Michael.
That's weird. That's suspicious.
Like I said, originally he wanted to go with Alyssa and Terence, but Kyle woke up real early, like mommy woke him up for school, and he was like, hey, are you sleeping? And Turner was like, yeah, dude, I'm sleeping. I only got like an hour and a half of sleep, bro. It's not fact. It's not fire. Okay? My hair's snarly too. I haven't brushed it all season. And he was like, okay, cool. Well, if you put up Taylor and Brittany, I will totally brush your hair, and then with the idea to backdoor Michael, okay? And if Michael wins the veto and takes Brittany down, we'll just get rid of Taylor, like NBD. And Turner's like, all right, dude, I guess. Let me get a couple Z's and enjoy, looking at these pictures of Megan Belmonte, and then facts fire. I'll do that. And that's what Turner did. After the nomination ceremony, the house was crazy. These feeds were facts and fire. The leftovers who were on the block, Brittany and Taylor, were like, what? And Michael was like, who? And Alyssa and Terence were like, finally, we feel like we're doing something. And Kyle was like, I'm an evil genius. Throughout the day, Kyle and Turner and Monty have many conversations about what is going on in the house and this new quasi-alliance they have formed now that they want to work with Monty and they think they can. And Monty seems to be on board, but really he doesn't have a whole lot of choices right now. But during these conversations, Turner admits to using Taylor as a chess piece. He's like, yeah, I saved her, and I could take her out as well. and I don't really give a shit. And so maybe that whole speech I gave never meant anything. I don't know anymore. My game is strictly for Kyle and Alyssa. I am a showmance kind of guy. I was talked into all of this by a damn near virgin from Utah who doesn't even know when his mom's birthday is. You heard that right. Today on the feeds, Kyle was doing shout outs, and him and his mom are so close, they do TikToks. He's called her a MILF. They're all over the interwebs together, and yet he was like, Mom, I know your birthday's coming up, but I don't know when it is.
Loser! Loser, 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 loser.
After the nomination ceremony, Brittany took the news that she was going on the block very well.
My head's hurting right now.
I understand. Take a minute for
Oh, God.
In a completely unnecessary move that spawned from Satan's butthole, also known as Direfest, where Afterthought formed, they continue to slander Joseph. Yes, they are going above and beyond to make sure everybody left in the game knows what a horrible person Joseph was and how he went out of this game cursing all of their names. Basically, all of the Afterthought Alliance are telling all of the leftovers that were in Brochella that Joseph went insane in the backyard. He was throwing people under the bus. He said Taylor, Brittany, and him had a final 3. When he was leaving, he made sure to say that again because that was the most important information he needed to give. He was just evil, according to them, which left what's left of the leftovers wondering, does that even make sense? And they started to believe it for a little bit, and then they started questioning it. And I'm hoping eventually they wake up and smell the Kyle all over this mess. Unfortunately, Taylor was taking this Joseph betrayal story the hardest because, as we know, Taylor's had a very rough time in this game and these people have treated her like trash and she's been gaslit all over the place. So she actually trusted Joseph and she's wondering, how could this guy I thought I knew say these things about me and lie about me and share our secrets? For what? And why would he keep doing this? Luckily, Michael seems to be onto this pretty early that this doesn't sound right, as does Monty, even though he is playing along with the Afterthought Alliance. Again, he could be fully on board with them, but something tells me he's not quite totally there, but he's going to do what he needs to do this week just to survive. But Taylor took it the hardest, and then she went around the house kind of talking to people, and she had an interesting conversation with Alyssa, where Alyssa took this as an opportunity to kick her while she was down. Alyssa has been on a victim campaign throughout the house. She thinks she's the victim because she wasn't included in the leftovers and everyone's going to pay except for Kyle. He doesn't have to pay for it. She's mad that everybody lied to her. There was a time on the feeds tonight where she was upstairs and she was talking to Turner and she was talking to Kyle, and they were talking about wanting to work with Monty, and they're trying to soften her up to the idea of working with Monty, and she's like, he lied to me about the Amira vote. And Kyle was like, well, I kind of lied to you too. And she was like, well, no, he lied to me evilly. She actually said that. He lied to me evilly. Alyssa from Siesta Key, the Siesta Key reject, does not want to come to grips with reality, and she is projecting all the anger she has for Kyle and his betrayal of penetrating her and then lying to her and selling her out to the leftovers for weeks. She is now just putting on everybody else, unfortunately, and so we have to watch this woman who has done nothing in this game and has all the privilege in this game to even still be here and be protected and get to act like a victim. Just let Kyle off while annoying the shit out of everybody else. So she talked to Taylor and they had this conversation, and Alyssa was condescending, and she was like, oh, well, if you ever just want to talk, just even not about game, but if you have any questions, just let me know. But then she went upstairs to the HOH room and bragged about how she doubled down on Taylor just to get her extra pissed off, and told her that Joseph actually was the one who wanted Alyssa to stay and had told Alyssa that he was going to save her, despite telling Taylor that he wanted Alyssa gone. And she just did it for fun. Just for funsies, just to kick her when she's down, because that's the kind of gal Alyssa the Siesta Key reject is.
No, I'm speaking.
Taylor also had a very interesting conversation with Terence. She went to Terence to apologize to him because now that she thinks Joseph has betrayed her, she was like, hey, Terence, Joseph told me that you were trying to flip the vote on me before and I didn't trust you after that. And so, I think that's kind of where we fell off. Sorry about that. And then Terence decided to take this opportunity to lecture Taylor on race relations and how black players in this game need to stick together. And they should be listening to each other and not their white counterparts in the house. And, that's really important. I wish she knew this, because Terence is, the beacon of truth when it comes to this. Because he wasn't talking about Taylor behind her back saying how she's not a sister and calling her like a hoe on a stroll and all those kind of things. He definitely had her back, right? No, he didn't. Taylor is 100% right not to trust Terence. Terence didn't have Taylor's back at all, and he definitely did want her to leave. So this was a very awkward conversation. I definitely recommend you all go take a look at this on the feeds and see for yourself. But I really just want to hand Taylor money at this point because these idiots keep gaslighting her, and it is just ridiculous the patience this woman has. I definitely do not have that kind of patience. Tonight was just full of the Afterthought Alliance trying to get airtime because Terence and Alyssa are upset that the leftovers probably got more attention than they did, especially Alyssa. She's definitely not letting this one go. If Kyle thinks he's out of the woods on this one, he's not. She might be projecting on everyone now, but when those house guests are gone and they try to pursue their cringements outside of this game, she is going to be bringing this up every day. The more she learns about the leftovers, the more mad she gets. The more she sees how strategic they were, the more jealous she gets. The more she finds out how involved Taylor was, the more she wants to go crazy with jealousy. So this is not going to end well. She's also talking about how, she kind of knew something was up because she never got any DRs. And so she's like, I'm probably not even on this show. And so now they think they're doing something with this Afterthought Alliance and lying about Joseph and slandering him. Yet most of these people are going to go to jury and having no thought of jury management if they do make it to the end because they just want their 15 minutes on the show.
It looks like we have some clowns who are desperate for airtime.
Brittany and Michael are pissed. Michael has become the new hall monitor. He is following these Afterthoughters around. He is in Turner's HOH room every chance he gets. And he wants to know what is up. There was a point on the feeds where he and Brittany were whispering and even said,
if they fuck us over, I will happily put Alyssa's key in the box up the alley. I will too.
Michael told Brittany that if he plays in the power of veto and wins, he will use the veto and take her off the block. If that's the case, Turner and the rest of the Afterthought Alliance members plan to vote Taylor out. So it's looking bleak right now, but we haven't got to the veto competition yet, so there's still hope if you are Team Michael, Team Brittany, Team Taylor, Team Monty, or if you're on the other team, if you like what Turner's doing, feel free to let me know in the comments. Do I think this is a good move for Turner to get Michael out? I mean, yeah, Michael is a big competition threat. He's a comp beast. He's really good at this game. He's smart. He already clocked their plan and their lies within, minutes of them telling the lies. However, I just don't like the way it's going down with Kyle, and Kyle's not getting any of the blood on his hands. Believe me, hopefully it'll come back to him once jury hits and people compare notes, but this just looks like Jackson Mickey 2.0 at this point, and Alyssa just not even playing the game and blaming everyone else for the moves made and the lies told by the guy that lays with her is really rubbing me the wrong way. I don't like how cocky they're being. I miss the leftovers.
This is the one that you like? This one right here?
I think Monty, Laser Alliance, is going to have your back for the friggin' end of time.
He was in one with me, though. And he didn't. And he lied to me. Yeah, and he looked at me in the face and lied to me about the Amiirbo. But he was already in the other one with you, but I thought that he was with me.
That's true, so but also, it was me too, and Michael were all the exact same.
But he lied to me, not you.
That's true. Unfortunately.
Easily.
I think at this point in the game...
Oh, let's talk about that. Wow, that's nice.
Wow, what a disappointment Alyssa continues to be in this game. If you're going to play the Don't Mess With My Man Rachel Riley game, you better be as interesting as Rachel Riley. You better be as entertaining as Rachel Riley. And you, miss, are none of those things. Just literally a wet floaty sitting there. Just not entertaining.
I'm so happy to see you leave. You tried to come in between me and my man like he would ever pick you over me, please.
Lucky for you, Alyssa, nobody wants your man, okay? Nobody in the house and nobody on the interwebs. As for the rest of the spoilers, as I said, Michael kind of clocked that these guys were lying about Joseph and making up these stories, and he saw Brittany crying and basically having to lie to Alyssa, who was asking her very pointed questions in the Jetson/bubble bedroom while Michael was in there watching her and Brittany talk, and that did not sit well with Michael. He's like, if Alyssa knows more about the leftovers, we should know, because otherwise Brittany is sinking her game right now, lying to Alyssa. Seems like she knows more than she's letting on, so he rushed up to the HOH bedroom and confronted Turner and Kyle, but they obviously just played dumb. Then we ended the day with Kyle talking to the cameras in the HOH bedroom while the others played Chinese checkers and went to bed early, and he kissed Alyssa. It was a delusional conversation he had with America, telling us he loves us and he wants to make love to us. No thanks. We saw your performance, sir. We give it an F. You weren't even there. I give it an incomplete. It was like you didn't even show up. All right. He broke down the week for us, why he did what he did, how exciting this game is, how it changes every point, twists and turns, handcuffs, smack little booty up. He lasted 10 seconds. And that's the moral of today. So let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comments section of this video. Please smash the like and subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to share this video on your social media. Say, check out this weird girl who talks about Big Brother. The house guests are anticipating that the veto competition will be Zingbot, and they're excited, but I wouldn't be excited if I was any of you for Zingbot, because he's got a lot of zings coming.
Oh, God. Just end the season already. As a fan, this is trash.
I love you, America. I'm freaking in love with you. I'm gonna make sweet, sweet love to your face, America. Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful to me.
Smash that subscribe button, like Come on,
smash that subscribe button!
Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her?
I'll be back soon with another video. Please follow me on my social media at Joleen Lunzer on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Until next time.